We now have 2.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Garrard County Middle School. You know, they say better late than never, but we're finally on here. Had a couple of exciting volleyball games, the JV and freshman girls going at it here, Garrard County and Boyle County. And, man, it was some great action. Getting a little bit of late start, but it's great to have you along tonight. My name is Jeff Jacobs, and I would not want to be anywhere else on a Monday night. We've been looking forward to this, and I know a couple guys have been working on they're showing me how many guys they're working on their volleyball skills during the week, and we'll get you ready for everything you will need to know tonight as Boyle County has come to town. It's Boyle County and Garrard County tonight right here, live volleyball right here on the Golden Lion Sports Network. Stick around. Garrard County Athletics are proudly brought to you by the Bob Allen Motor Mall, Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, the Irving Group, Realtors and Auctioneers, the Hunt Insurance Agency, First Southern National Bank, Sutton Pharmacy, Toyota of Somerset, Farmers National Bank, Holly Peak with Exit Realty, Danville Office Equipment, and Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another historic night for Main Street Media TV and Garrard County Athletics, as Main Street Media TV brings you the very first volleyball game.
We've done a couple first.
Ever in Garrard County. As tonight, Garrard County Lady Lions play host to the Lady Rebels of Boyle County in a monster 45th District matchup, and we're very excited to bring you this tonight. We know that there's lots of people going to be tuning in, so make sure you let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you send your well wishes. Elijah Jones already listening in. Get this, Coach. Elijah has a big birthday coming up. If I'm not mistaken, it may be tomorrow. If not, happy birthday, Elijah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
We're so excited for this 45th District matchup as it was in soccer. Coach Gresham is very polished on all of his volleyball terminology.
I'm ready.
You are always ready, then you never cease to amaze me with all the stuff that you come out here with the volleyball knowledge.
I tell you, Scott, one of the things that a wise man once told me is to speak confidently.
That's right.
And you know, I'll revert back to our sweet, good old friend that retired last year, Laura Perry. One of the things Laura said was she loved coming and asking me about questions, because even if I was wrong, I would say it so confidently that it almost make her believe I was telling that I was right.
Well, that's a very important part of it, right?
Confident.
Act like you've been there before. Now, honestly, we've never been here before as far as broadcasting. We've watched many volleyball matches over our times as athletic directors, but this is the first time that we've ever had to talk intelligently about it. That will be seen later. That's still up for grabs, but we're going to have lots of visitors tonight. We're going to have lots of guests. We've got some from the Lady Lions basketball team is going to be around. We've got a couple of players from the football team. We have assistant principal. I saw her stick her head in. Lisa Middleton will join us, as well as Holly Young. So we have lots of folks, a lot like Atlanta Airport. We're going to have one here, and they're going to be circling ready to land. But we'll go ahead and take our first 3-minute break, and we'll be back to start our interviews tonight, and we are right at 10 minutes to go before tonight's monster 45th District matchup. This is Garrard County Lady Lions volleyball on Golden Lion Sports Network.
Bob Allen Motor Mall is a proud sponsor of Garrard County football. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all deal-maker price. Click and save today at boballenmotormall.com.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it,
can't hear it. And that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank. Your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Garrard County is our special place. And that's why Hunt Insurance Agency is proud to serve the insurance needs of local businesses, families, and individuals. We build relationships that last because getting to know you and your personal needs is what we do best. Hunt Insurance Agency.
I'm Holly Peak with Exit Realty, your hometown realtor. I love seeing old friends and meeting new. Buying, selling, I know the value of our area. Our 3D virtual tour will sell your home fast. Like you, I'm sold on the Golden Lions.
I'm a homeowner. I didn't know anything about the loan process, so that's why we decided to go with First Southern.
Process with First Southern was exactly how I pictured it.
They were just very welcoming and made me feel like I had known them forever the minute that I walked through the door.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, no one sells it better.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Farmers National Bank believes investing in education is the best way to build a stronger community. Good luck to all the Garrett County students in the classroom and on the playing fields. Go Lions!
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We are a hometown community pharmacy with old-fashioned values, experience, and the latest technology and resources. Sutton Pharmacy, dedicated to providing the very best for you. Go Lions!
Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us.
Whitaker Bank has always been more than just a bank. We're a locally owned, community-driven institution made up of your friends and neighbors. And of course, Golden Lion fans just like you. Garrett County and Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC.
Hey, I'm Maria Montgomery, and you're watching Main Street Media TV.
Oh, see a spike. And welcome back, folks, as we are in the gymnasium of Garrett County Middle School for tonight's big varsity volleyball action as the Garrett County Golden Lions are playing host to the Lady Rebels of Boyle County. Before we go any farther, Coach Gresham, we have with us the head coach of the Garrett County Middle School. We have, I guess we would call her and Maddie Day Lay, both head coach, but Sis Logan.
What a team.
What a
team.
tandem. Sis, thanks for joining us tonight, Coach Sis. So Sis, let's talk a little bit about tonight was our first round of the 7th grade tournament. We unfortunately don't have an 8th grade team because we just had one young lady, Miss Penix, and unfortunately a little health issue, not going to be able to compete. So 7th grade and 6th grade are only 2 teams. Tonight, big win as Garrett County Lady Cougars. I don't even know the final score, and I'm sitting on the bench. It was a lot of points.
Not a lot.
But talk a little bit about this team. Talk a little bit about tonight's action and what we've got coming up next.
Well, we done pretty good tonight. We played a team that we'd already played again twice this year. We beat them pretty good both times, but, I mean, we were really surprised this weekend when we had our 6th grade game, and a lot of the girls didn't realize it's conference time.
That's
Everybody's
right.
coming to win. So,
That's right.
Unfortunately, our 6th grade team got knocked out, but our 7th grade team, they came in strong. So we've got we play Fairstown Thursday night at Foley.
They beat Estill, right?
They beat
second
Estill.
game. Right.
Yes.
And so we play the second game this Thursday night?
6:30.
Okay. And so let's talk a little bit about the progression of this team. Now, I know I started coming a little bit after the season started and just hanging out with practice and so impressed with you and Coach Lay and the young ladies, 5th grade all the way up to our 8th grader, at just their passion for the game and how skilled they were, but how coachable they were and just how much they play as a team.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that and talk a little bit about your team.
They're a great bunch of kids. They're very good to each other, and they play together as a team. from coming up and helping with high school ball, I love that our younger girls can move the ball and look up the floor, and we're not selfish.
Oh, yeah.
I believe tonight every single one of our starters and almost everybody that came off the bench scored, and I mean, that's good to say as a team. If your whole bench can score, then you're not in trouble at all.
So, sis, and I think that was I went over tonight and was able to kind of watch the first half, and you can tell the girls play so together. They play for one another. They kind of play as a team. And not that we don't want to deflect from that, but let's talk a little bit about the individuals that are kind of a part of that team. So kind of walk us through kind of some of the positions and the girls that kind of hold those positions.
Okay, we've got Alyssa Burkhart. She goes by Boyle. Her and Bristol are our main point guards.
I wouldn't know her by Alyssa Burkhart.
No, I honestly,
if you call her Alyssa, I'm like, who's that?
I mean, I go by a nickname, so I try to give her the benefit of the doubt. But, I mean, I don't think I called her Bull once last year.
Oh, yeah?
But that's all I've called her this year. And it's stuck. Like, we butted head a few times last year and even this year, but I love her to death.
Oh, yeah.
We go back and forth, but she gives it her all.
That's
and
right.
She averages double figures every game. And then we have Bristol, our other
Bristol
point
Powell.
guard, and she's right there behind her, averaging double digits, and she can handle the ball.
Yeah.
And I was telling them the other day, last year we struggled because both of them, Bull was right-handed, she would stay to the right. Bristol was left-handed, she would stay to the left. And me and Maddie talked about it the other day. We've not once had to say anything this year. They play with the entire floor, and it helps us a lot.
And so Bull also has a sister.
Yes.
That starts as a center.
Yes, not many people know, but they're twins.
I know. It's hard to believe,
alike.
isn't it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Bree, she's a force inside.
She is?
She's got us a lot of blocks this year, and this is her second year ever
That's
playing.
right.
So
That's right.
she's came a long way, and she's doing really good. And then we have Brayley Wade. She's our other forward, and she was a beast the other night.
Yeah.
Stepped
Absolutely.
up and took care of the team. And like I said, they're all great kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Emery Martin, our other starter, and she's a role player. She's learned a lot since she's came along this year, and she's a big asset to the team. And
Scored again tonight.
Scored again tonight.
That's right.
So we're
Love
getting
it.
up there. So we're excited for the conference play, and we're hoping to make it to Saturday and pull out a championship win.
And also you have sprinkled in there. We won't go to all of them, but you have some sixth and fifth graders that are sprinkled in there. That is just vital.
We've got some talent.
We go, and what I love about them is they play so hard. I love it. So back when you and Maddie were playing, I was the coach up here, and to go and just what we always talked about is just give us that effort all the time. And those girls, not once do we have to, coach effort.
Yes.
It's always there.
Yes, and I mean, I can draw up plenty of X's and O's. I can scream until I have no breath, but I can't go out there and do it for them.
Well, and you're right. And we're about to have Maddie Day-Lay come in here in a second. I want to commend you and Maddie on the way you guys handle the team, on the way you handle the girls. You guys do. I mean, you get frustrated like we all do at times, but it's all in a coaching manner.
Yeah.
And never once have you not been positive with the girls, and I appreciate that as an administrator, as a parent, and as a assistant coach for you, I guess, as times I appreciate how y'all handle it, and thank you so much, and good luck Thursday night.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Coach. Come on in here, Maddie Day-Lay. That is so hard for me to say, Maddie Day-Lay. Now, I will tell you this. I wish back when I was coaching, if I would have had a nickel for every time Dickie Gilbert or myself said Maddie Day. Maddie Day. We never said Maddie. We never said Day. It was just Maddie Day. Because, everything was right there on top of it.
Because you were doing such a great job, Maddie.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I was sitting next to Maddie tonight on the bench, and we were talking about certain things going on in the game. And Bristol came up, and I said something about she was bigger and stronger. And I said, Maddie, she's so much bigger and stronger than you were when you were that age. Because bless your heart, we brought you up and put you in some positions that were really tough.
I know, and I was very little.
You were very little. and now, to your credit, here's what I'll tell you about Maddie. She played so hard, and you always played hard, and you always did everything we asked. Maddie, tell us a little bit about your team. You coached the sixth grade this year. Didn't have the ending to what we wanted, but we're more worried about what went on throughout the season and how we progressed. Talk a little bit about your team and what went on throughout the season.
Well, I'm very proud of my group because, where we started, we learned a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know the game. We didn't know if we were on offense. We didn't know if we were on defense.
So for them to go from that to what we ended, it was amazing. I mean, they learned so much. They learned how to play good defense. They're feisty, and that's all I can ask. I mean, they go after the ball. They go hard. They that's all I can ask of them.
And are we going to have the national anthem? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Oh, we don't. All right. So when you talk about your team, you're exactly right, because this is the first time as a sixth grade that you all are actually playing as an organized team all together. Mm-hmm. Because before in Little League, they're all in certain teams or travel ball or whatever. But when it gets down to it, this is the first time that's an organized Garrard County team. Yep. So there's a lot of we actually talked about it tonight. That there's a lot of challenges for that, because they have to learn to play with each other as opposed to playing against each other all the time. You know, and that's great. I want to go in here real quick, Coach. We've had some that have talked about our great girls and our great coaches. Talking about Althea Kazi says she's an amazing coach. I'm going to say she's talking about both of them. Chastity Clark talks about we love our coaches.
Coach
Amy Logan, who do you think she's? Great girls, great coaches. 100%.
Preaching the truth right there.
Preaching the truth. Nothing but facts. So Maddie, talk a little bit about the future of that sixth grade team. Tell us a little bit about some of the girls that played. Sis kind of broke down the seventh grade team for us. Break down a little bit of the sixth grade.
Well, starting with our actual sixth graders, we've got Karsten Powell. You know, she's been playing for the middle schools 3 years now, I think.
Two sisters that both one plays at the high school level and then Bristol.
Mm-hmm. So she'll be a key role. You know, she's learned a lot this year. I think she's grown a lot. She's still got a long way to go, but I mean, I couldn't ask much more for her. She gets the ball up the floor. She handles it. When she gets her feet set, she can make them.
Right.
And then we got, of course, Lily. Lily's made huge progress since last
Cornelius.
year. Yes, I love her. She goes hard. She plays hard. She wants to learn. She wants to listen. So she has a big future ahead of her. And then we've got Aubrey Van Winkle. She come to us first this year. She's really impressed me. She stepped into that kind of post role. We haven't really covered much post, so we plan on doing that in the offseason to help her out. But she gets rebounds. She's tough. She don't care what. She's not going to let them take the ball.
Right.
And then we've got Stella Bolton. She's a great defender.
Plays so hard.
She always talks about herding cattle, and that's what she does. She herds the cattle. But she come in and she plays hard. She's not going to let you get the ball, I can tell you that.
I love it. I love it.
Then we've got Kendall Clark. She's a fifth grader, so she'll be playing sixth grade again. Like I said, she plays hard. She will dive after the ball on the floor.
That's
she does not care.
She doesn't care.
She will rip it out of your hands.
I like it.
We've got Soraya Howe. She's also a key point guard of mine. She will get the ball up the floor. She'll score when she needs to. So she'll be a sixth grader next year, so she'll be playing again.
Right.
So, then we've got Anna Anderson.
I put you on the spot here, making sure we cover all of them.
First year she's played. I mean, she really wasn't going to, but she has. She goes after it. She wants to do good, and it's really good. And then we've got Kaylin Faust. She stepped in this year. She's learned a whole lot, I think. I think she's got more comfortable with the game, just learning the game in general. And then we got Maddie Ellis, and she'll go in there and get a rebound.
No doubt.
She may not be tall, but she's going to take it from her. She's going to take it from her. She is. So they all play hard.
That's right.
Did I miss anybody else?
I think you got everybody, with the exception of Austin. So Austin has been fantastic. Austin Bolton, it helps us as with a manager, but she started at the end. She didn't really think she wanted to play, and then came along and she practices with us and does just a phenomenal job. Such a sweet girl.
Yes, she is, and she's coming out of her shell, and she'll be pretty good when she gets.
She is. Well, she got on me, Coach. I was calling her Houston, and I don't know why, but I was calling her Houston. She said my name is Austin. I said, well, I was getting a Texas. I was making sure
you were in Texas.
I was in Texas. I was making sure I was covering the cities. So, Maddie, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We also appreciate what you and Sis do for our district on a daily basis. Not only are you all phenomenal coaches, you're great with our kids, and you're unbelievably great people.
Yeah, we're blessed to have
you. And we're so thankful to have each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're the best. We're going to talk just a little bit about volleyball as it's going on here, Coach. We'll talk just for a second. 4-3 is your score.
And I tell you, Garrett's on a 4-0 run. And one of the things that, we'll have plenty of time here to talk about this. I love, the tempo of a volleyball match. And, folks, if you've never been out and watched a high school match or a college match, man, the tempo's great, high energy. Every rally leads to a score. And, man, you have a lot of enthusiasm, and it's just fun to watch.
Good block that time by Gettler. Emily
Whoa,
Gettler, a senior for Garrett County. We'll go through all of our folks. You got Iceland Ellis that is also in there, as she is a 5'5" senior. Also, Haley Fry is a 5'5" junior, as she's in there getting ready to serve right now is Miss Middleton, as that is Chloe Middleton. Number 14 is her mom, will be joining us before too long. Lisa Middleton, the assistant principal at the high school. Also, daughter of one of the legendary brothers. One of the legendary brothers.
The brothers.
And all of you folks know the brothers.
So I tell you, one of the great establishments here in Garrard County is Shenanigans.
Yes.
And folks, when you go and try Shenanigans in the metropolis of Buckeye, you have to ask for the brother sauce.
I love the brother sauce. Is phenomenal.
It makes the burgers and the fries taste so much better.
It is phenomenal. Checking in for Garrett County right now is Alexis Lewis, and she's a 5'4" junior. Serving right there is Gettler, but also we have number 1, 5'8.5" junior Skylar Mullins, as Skylar is a really good killer. I don't think you call it a killer. What do you call it?
Well,
when you kill it. So they attacker. Thank you.
But you are trying to kill the volleyball.
Kill the ball. I knew that was part of the word.
Spike the ball.
You spike the ball.
And you score.
Now, all of those things I was about to get to. So that's why I'm glad I've got you that I can rely on. 6-4 is your score. Garrett County leads here early in the first set, as Lexi Lewis is trying to kill one on Boyle County, but it was dug by Zuri Mitchell, as she is a junior for Boyle County, and that's going to be to Boyle County point, as Garrett County was in the net there. One person I missed was Presley Applegate.
Yes.
Presley is out there. I was trying to make sure I got everybody. I skipped over Presley. Her mother is a phenomenal middle school teacher with us. Go 13.
Love Miss Carmichael.
Awesome stuff, as she does a great job on a daily basis with our kiddos, as we absolutely love that.
Jessica Gresham has checked in.
Jessica
saying thanks
Gresham.
for covering all the games, all these events. So we appreciate Jessica.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate my beautiful wife watching us here tonight.
She is always right on top of that. One person that I forgot, Coach, my mistake. I put Maddie on the spot. We forgot Allie Causey. Allie tonight didn't get there. I didn't quite see her on time, as she was in a different role tonight. But Allie Causey is just starting basketball. And let me tell you, Coach, I have not had as much pleasure as watching a young lady that is just learning the game and soaks it up like you wouldn't believe. She is a phenomenal young lady. Both her parents are Garrett County graduates, and I'm telling you, when I'm not just joking when I tell you how good these girls are. That is an absolute kill by Kendra Christopher, the 5'8" sophomore.
That's impressive.
As she was up and just hit that thing straight down. So our apologies to Miss Allen.
Now, Sean Seacorn said, "Oh yeah," and when he says "dig it," he means like in volleyball.
Oh, okay,
like
dig it,
dig the ball.
So it has nothing to do with
Macho
Man. No,
Not tonight.
All about volleyball tonight, Sean. That shows you your flexibility, brother, as you're always able to move around from sport to sport. Volley going here is it's 8-8 on your Garrett County, Irving Group scoreboard. Lexi Lewis hits another one that's going to be dug by Mitchell. Another kill right there by Christopher.
Christopher's impressive.
She flat swings it.
Now, I tell you, Sean Seacorn just made a comment, Scott, and me and you asked this question during football season, one of our earlier football broadcasts. He said he was the equipment manager for the first volleyball team when Coach Cecil Combs coached.
Cecil Combs coached volleyball?
That's according to Sean Seacorn.
You know, I may vaguely remember that. I'm not going to doubt Sean Seacorn, Daniel Hopkins, any of those jokers. Scott Long, as we'll never doubt that. But yeah, if he says he did, I believe it. But that would have had to have been years ago, as that one by Christopher is going to sell long, so we point Garrett County. It's 9-9. As we're going to go ahead and get our head coach of our women's varsity basketball team in here. and we want you guys to get to know this fella. I know you already do.
So I tell you, we also need to introduce him as the 2022 Young Professional Chamber of Commerce Award winner.
So that's the first time that's ever been announced.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And that first time ever award.
Yeah. They really had to go to the bottom of the barrel for that one.
Congratulations to you. Now listen, we're not going to say how many people was out there, but this is Evan Purplehead Preston. As I've got to tell this story, folks. I've never told this online, so this shows my age. So back when I was a senior in high school, I didn't take a whole lot of classes. A couple years ago, I took senior English and then a lot of others.
A lot of AP classes.
A lot of AP classes. One of my AP classes was child care, and so Brenda Hammonds taught it, and me and a bunch of my buddies took child care, and we had a lot of 3-year-olds coming up here on a daily basis. There was probably 15 of them coming up. Well, head coach Evan Preston was one of those 3-year-olds, right, when I'm in high school.
Wow.
And so he came in with his bright red hair as a 3-year-old, and we started giving him a hard time. So we're saying,
hadn't stopped.
So we said, we hadn't stopped. And so it's like Purplehead, and he gets so mad. I mean, so mad. Well, I'll be darned if it's kind of stuck with him at times, however many years later.
It has.
But he's got a badge now, so I wouldn't make you
Well,
upset.
I know. So I want to make sure I keep him on my side. And so that's going to be a point. Garrett County 11-10 is your score. So I'm sure that is etched into your memory from back when you were 3 years old.
It is. It carried on through high school, and then it kind of shortened to Perp, which all my buddies called me. So it goes back between. But that's. Those nicknames kind of just they stick with you no matter what year they started.
And, pushing us back and over to the girls program where you're the head coach now, that is one of the things that I absolutely love about you being the head coaches. And I tell people this all the time. It's just your passion for the county. And, there is no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I know you get paid a salary to do this, but you would do it for nothing. I mean, you just want to be here in this position to help these girls as Garrett County with another score goes up 13-11.
Yeah, I would, and I have done it for free. It's like I've told everybody, I mean, you're 100% right. It's definitely not for the money.
No doubt.
Anything in high school sports, which you know of, Caleb knows.
Oh, yeah.
It's never and that's why – parents and anybody should never, and I don't think any time second guess it when it comes to a coach at this level, because, I mean, at any sport, these coaches are doing it for your kids.
No doubt.
There's no notoriety in this. I mean, it's literally, and that's what I told them when I interviewed. I mean, these are our kids here in Garrett County,
that's right.
And I truly care about them, and I want the young ones to look forward to coming up here, and whatever sport they're playing, I just love seeing them when they've got Garrett across the chest.
And Coach, right on those same lines, we had Sis and Maddie on. The future is bright for the Lady Line basketball program, and you're talking about having coaches with high character that's going to teach and reinforce morals and values, and really inspire these young student athletes to be, our goal is not for them to be successful students. Our goal is for them to be a successful adult.
That's right.
And kind of teaching the skills that they're going to need to be successful throughout their life. And what does it kind of mean for you as being the head coach of the high school and kind of having the middle school ran by Sis and Maddie and individuals with, that kind of has the talent and skill level that they have?
Yeah, well, first of all, they're Garrett County girls.
Yes.
So I wanted to keep them there. They've done a great job at the middle school, and they're also going to help me at the high school level. So I want our middle school girls they'll be used to the things we do. So there's not a change between middle school and high school. They know what's expected of them on the floor and off the floor. And you're right. There's so many life lessons that I was taught in all the sports I played, and there's so much to teach them about more than the sport you're teaching them.
No doubt.
At this level.
No doubt.
And basketball is very there's a lot to ask out of kids in basketball. The physical toll it takes, and the running and the teamwork that it takes. There's only 5 out there, and just it's a lot of similarities to volleyball, as you can see. I mean, they've only got 6 out there, and they literally have to all be on the same page.
Right.
And that stuff carries to life. I mean, and I tell the girls all the time, you go for a job interview or wherever you're working in the workforce, if you're not a team player, you're not going to be kept around.
Yep.
And that's 100% true 100% of the time is you have to be a team player in life. If you're selfish, it's never – you can be selfish if you want, but you're not going to get very far. So they've taught them a lot of good lessons already, so I'm very happy with that.
You all are perfect examples of that. So for me, old as I am and selfishly, I love seeing you guys – you and Sis and Maddie and what you guys are doing with the program because of the love you have for the wearing Garrett across your chest. I know when you watch that video that Jeff Jacobs made for you, which was phenomenal.
Awesome. Great. Yeah.
Unbelievably great
Did you
video.
want to run through a brick wall?
Makes you want to run through a brick wall.
I know Gresham did.
I absolutely.
I might be able to play a couple plays. I'm not going to say you can get a whole game out of it.
We'll do a half court.
He's got a few fouls in him.
Yeah, I'll foul out. You can use all my fouls.
But it won't take long. But one of the things you said in there, I mean, there's many things I like, but one of the things you said in there was talking about how hard-nosed and gritty your teams will be because that's kind of how our community is.
Yeah.
And that's what I love is that we want to be something that our school is going to be proud of, that our community is going to be proud of. And I say we, I'm talking about girls basketball, boys basketball, every athletic, academic, everything that we have. We want this to be something that our kids, our parents, and our community is proud of.
Yep. And, you just look out here at these girls and their parents here, and what I mean by that is, if you grow up hard-nosed and your parents are hard-nosed, whether that be in sports or in work or anything,
right,
then their kids are going to be the same way. And so we have to play that way.
Yeah.
And I've already told them, they already know in our open gyms. I've kind of laid the groundwork with them, and they're eat up and excited with it, which makes me even more excited because you never know how that's going to –
No doubt.
But they know that that's what's expected of them.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of have to lay it out there for them so they're not surprised, when the first practice runs around.
Absolutely.
And then that's how we build the program. And Jimmy did a good job with them because I haven't even had to really push them towards that.
Right.
So I know Jimmy did a good job with them that I haven't had to try to get it out of them. So
Yep.
that's a good thing. I don't have to kind of build that up.
No doubt about it. He had already kind of the groundwork set for you, so you could just come in there, which is great. We've also had an unbelievably important check-in here, Coach Gresham. Margaret Burton. She says, hey, Scott,
man.
Margaret Burton watching. Here's the thing you may not know about Margaret Burton. Margaret, for years, and I'm not even going to guess how many years, for years was the bookkeeper of the Lady Lions basketball team.
She was.
Probably when you were a little
I remember like it was yesterday.
Yep. So Margaret traveled many, many, many miles on the Big Yellow Bus with Coach Kenny Hurt and the Lady Lions over the successful times, as well as Danny Elam was around in those times, and those folks that you just remember, and
Hurt.
talking about Coach Tom Hurt, talking about the tradition and talking about that kind of stuff. Man, that's really special.
Yeah, and we have such a good tradition with our ladies program and the boys program too.
No doubt.
And we forget about it. We're kind of in a what have you done for me lately
That's
society,
right.
which everything is. But I've already put some of our old trophies back in the. I want the girls to realize how many people have came through the school and wore that.
That's right.
And I've got some things set up with some old alumni. We've had a lot of successful alumni. So we're gonna build on that and show it so that they can carry that when they leave, that they can come back and. It's kind of like what I feel like everybody should be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So can we tell all the alumni that you called them old? So when they come in, I'll say, well, Coach Preston said it was old alumni.
I think he meant they were wise.
Wiser.
And valuable.
They're valuable. That's why I kind of threw that in there.
So now
wisdom.
let's get to what everybody is tuning in for, Coach, is tell us a little bit about your volleyball knowledge. So the score is 21-19 Boyle County right now.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about some of your your volleyball knowledge, because you've probably watched as much or more than we have.
I have, and I was telling one of the parents, I was here the last when they played Danville. I said I did not know these games were 9 hours long.
Oh my!
But they're very intense,
very
competitive, and I didn't realize I was here that long until I looked at the clock.
Oh yeah.
I do know that I believe they're going to 25.
They
are.
do.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We were just talking the half court line. They can't step across it.
They can't cross.
Can't touch the net.
You can't get in the net.
Now you can reach over the net.
Yeah, you just can't touch it.
Now, hold on a second. I hope everybody out there is taking notes because you're going to need this.
This is free, by the way.
This is free. There'll be a test at the end, so you can reach over. So I was just talking about the keel. We were talking about the Christopher young lady, how she's able
nice
to hammer
player.
it, as well as Skylar Mullins. While we were talking, Skylar absolutely drilled one.
So I've got a few vocabulary terms.
Let's ask Gavin. Let's ask Coach Preston.
Is it spelling or
no spelling because I would fail.
So what is an ace in volleyball?
Come on. Are we doing that easy?
We're starting early.
Okay. They serve it, and they don't get it back over the net.
And here's the thing. When they do that, they usually do this cool little cheer or whatever.
It catches on.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever
it's
they
a little
do.
more.
Spirit fingers.
Yeah.
Score is
21-19
Boyle County right now, as Willie Hoskins, as he is a state tournament volleyball official, is
that's who we need on here.
He is absolutely seen more volleyball than all of us.
Evan, I think, was offended.
Yeah.
Because it was too easy, so I'm going to give you a good one here.
Give him a good one.
I'm sorry.
We want to see it.
So what's campfire? What's the definition of a campfire?
So I'll give you that. So that's like where you get s'mores and you sit around with a guitar.
That's not really a volleyball term.
Oh, it's a volleyball term.
So tell me.
I mean, it was on Google.
It was on Google. It's got to be true. It's got to be true. Mr. Hoskins said he's officiating here tomorrow night.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So it's a ball that falls to the floor in an area that's surrounded by 2, 3, 4, or more players. At the instant the ball hits the floor, it appears as if the players are encircling and staring at a campfire.
This is kind of an insult, right? That's something the coach would say.
Yeah, that's right.
Like what are you doing, watching a campfire?
That's what you're watching, a campfire. I'm waiting on my s'mores, Coach, as we're sitting out here. Score is 23-19. Garrett County with a timeout.
Scott Bottoms just turned on this volleyball. And number one,
gracious.
Scott, you're a big-time sponsor for Devil Office Equipment, and you're allowing us to bring this broadcast, this volleyball
we do appreciate
game,
that.
into all of our homes. So, Scott, I'd love to have some feedback if you think Scott Boland might be a better basketball referee or a volleyball broadcaster.
Well, listen, don't say that because either one is going to be the floor is extremely low.
Let me tell you real quick. Scott emailed us today with our list, the referees.
That's big.
You can do the scratches and stuff, and I wrote him back. and said, no scratches. I told Bowen, I said, I'm not starting off with scratches. Hey, clean slate, baby.
That's a good idea.
Right?
I mean,
I think the only one who wants to scratch is me.
Right.
So we'll make sure that he
not
scratches me.
nobody.
23-19 is your score as Boyle County is with an ace.
Yeah.
That's an ace.
And a campfire.
It is a campfire. And so that was a one-person campfire.
Oh, okay. So it's got to be two.
Score is 24-19, so this is set point. I guess you call it set point.
Basically 5 set points.
5 set points as Gettler is going to set it to Hardwick as it is dug out by Boyle County. Christopher into the net as that's going to be Garrett County point, 24-20.
And you know, one of the things here tonight is I don't know if the camera can really pick this up, but, man, we've got a great student
We
section.
really do.
That's right here behind Garrett's bench here. So love seeing our students kind of come out and support our girls tonight here in this big district match.
Lexus Lewis with a important serve to get it in. It's going to be bumped across as Hardwick's going to set to Gettler. Back to Hardwick for a kill. Yeah.
There we go.
Huge.
A lot of momentum going for the Lady Lions here.
I've noticed that. It's very kind of like basketball coaches.
It really is.
Very swing, like a
lot of momentum
swings,
going back and forth because you get that momentum. They kind of feed off of each other, right? Mm-hmm. West Peak says, let's go GC. As there's another serve in by Alexis Lewis. Out to Christopher. She's going to dink one. Dink one. Did you get that? As Hardwick dinks one as well, it's going to be dug out. Two-hand set as it's going to be nice save. Oh, what a great time. And with that, Garrett County loses the first set, 25-21. Thanks to Sis Logan, Maddie Daylay, and Evan Preston. We're going to go ahead and take our first break. We'll be back for set number 2 here at Garrett County Middle School. This is Golden Lion Sports Network.
Bob Allen Motor Mall is a proud sponsor of Garrett County football. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all deal-maker price. Click and save today at boballenmotormall.com.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it. And that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank. Your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Garrard County is our special place. And that's why Hunt Insurance Agency is proud to serve the insurance needs of local businesses, families, and individuals. We build relationships that last because getting to know you and your personal needs is what we do best. Hunt Insurance Agency.
I'm Holly Peak with Exit Realty, your hometown realtor. I love seeing old friends and meeting new. Buying, selling, I know the value of our area. Our 3D virtual tour will sell your home fast. Like you, I'm sold on the Golden Lions.
And welcome back, folks, as we are just moments away, 2 minutes to be exact, from tonight's second set as Garrard County falls in the first set. 25-21.
It was a
very competitive.
Very competitive. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. These girls are diving on the floor. I mean, they're giving it every single thing they have. So, man, I mean, really competitive first set. Didn't go Garrard County's way. Hope to see Garrard win this in 4 sets.
Absolutely. There you go. I'll see, because it's 5 sets.
That's right. Best of 3.
You get
best
first
of 5.
One, best of 5. First one to
3.
First one to 3. Melinda Starks-Adams says, let's go, girls. West Peak has already checked in with us, and let's go, GC. And Sarah Bowman-Jester says, let's go, Emily. As it's great to see, you know, the competitive nature of these young ladies in this big 45th district matchup. So, Coach, now sitting in beside us is 2 juniors from the Garrard County Golden Lion football team. As JT, if you're going to talk, bro, you got to have that down there. So JT just had.
Trenton's a sophomore.
Trenton's a sophomore?
Yeah.
Dang, cuz. All right. I was trying to put you in as a junior, Trenton. I'm glad you're a sophomore. JT Parsons, number 25 on your jersey, but number 1 in your hearts. As JT is, let's see if I get this right. You're a outside linebacker?
No.
Inside.
You're inside now. You're a middle
inside.
linebacker, right?
Yeah, both inside.
Oh, you're both inside.
This is a starting inside linebackers.
Well,
Coach.
I'm just making sure they knew. I knew that.
Now hold on a second. You know what a Mike is and a Sam and a Will?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mike is my father. Is Mike Bowen. I know Sam. I know a couple Sam Watkins and Will Lake. So I already know all of those. So I'm on top of all my stuff. So we got JT Parsons with us, a junior. Coach, talk to us a little bit about – I called you Coach. Sorry about that. JT, talk to us a little bit about your season. Obviously, we're not the record we want, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have so enjoyed watching you guys play and the intensity you play with. You're under a new regime, that kind of thing. Talk a little bit about the season and how things are going.
Well, we're not where we want to be at right now, like everyone says. We're 1-4, but, like, that don't matter. Districts coming up, 100%. That's all that matters.
That's right.
If we win districts, we get the playoffs, we get more games.
That's
all
exactly
we need
right.
right now.
That's
exactly
JT,
right. One of the things that, you know, no one can question the effort and the attitude that we've kind of taken the field with this year. I mean, and you guys are out there giving it your all, representing, you know, your school and your community. And I love that attitude of, you know, when district play comes around, your record's 0-0.
That's right.
And you know, the last home game, man, it was a fun night. The community kind of come out. I mean, I was just so blown away by the crowd that we have so much energy. Kind of what does that mean when you're playing out there? You can kind of feel the energy and see that big crowd gather.
That means a lot when you just look up and you see everyone there. You don't usually see a lot of people anymore, but just seeing everyone there just kind of makes you happy.
Oh, yeah.
Like you mean something to everybody.
So Coach Gresham and I both commented on it during the football game, just how awesome it was to see all of these folks come out. We had an unbelievably great crowd, and they were behind you guys, and it is really neat because you guys are younger, but you're starting to see, I mean, this community rallies around athletics in Garrard County.
Yeah.
You know, and they just absolutely love it and just love the passion that you guys play with. Talk a little bit about Coach Crutchfield. I know he's not listening. It's just us talking about a little bit about what are some things about Coach Crutchfield and the coaching staff that you can talk about, others too, that you guys really like.
I like the way they coach. Just how they're always yelling at us, just tell us what we're doing, what we need to do all the time. And I just love that. They're always coaching you in some type of way. It don't matter if it's something you don't understand, but they'll explain it to you if they need to.
So tell us about Coach Hester. I know everybody's probably got a Coach Hester story.
Both of these guys laugh.
They're both laughing.
Now, what can you do to give him some more energy, JT?
If you do something wrong, he will get up you left and right.
So I told Coach Hester the other night the game was in control. We had some new guys in there at the end, and Coach Hester was coaching all the way to the very end.
Yes.
I mean, he absolutely coaches. As well as the whole coaching staff, but they're like that in practice too, I'm sure.
Yes, 100%. If you feel like you're doing down or anything, he will bring you right back up as fast as possible.
So what about having Coach Crutchfield, the brother? So what about Kev? What do you like about Kev?
If everything is too tight, he knows how to loosen everything up when you need to.
He's really, I mean, and again, I watched he and Spencer both, grow up and playing sports, and he's always been like that. And just the passion that they bring to you guys and what you guys bring to the gridiron on a daily basis is awesome. So talk a little bit about Friday night. We go down to Stearns, our first district matchup with the Macquarie County Raiders. It will be about an hour and a half from here, straight down the road. Tell us a little bit about that matchup and what we have to look forward to.
It's going to be a good matchup. They got a few weapons. Their wide receivers are pretty good, really athletic. One can get really high when jumping. Quarterback's pretty good, freshman just like Justin. And their running backs, they can run if they get the hole open.
So before I let you go, before we get to Trenton, talk a little bit about our quarterback. You know him very well. So baby brother is quarterback. He likes it.
He's still learning. I say give him a couple years and he'll be where he needs to be. This is the first year.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I've seen him progress in just the first 4 games. So at what point do you ever go to the sideline or get in a huddle, and you turn into big brother about the encouraging part or the coaching part? I mean, that has to come into play at some point.
Just seeing whenever he struggles and just having to make sure that he knows. It don't matter if he messes up, there's always a next play.
That's right.
Always a next play.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we're going to thank you, JT. We appreciate you, man. Go ahead and give it to our sophomore, Mr. Trenton. Step in here, Trenton Ison. As we had a little slide over here. My apologies. I was trying to get you out of school pretty quick, my man. So Trenton Ison, as he slides in here, as he is a middle linebacker, scores 7-3 Boyle County. As he's a middle linebacker for Garrett County Golden Lions. And tell us a little bit about you. A lot of people have seen JT because we've had him on there before. People that may not know Trenton Ison, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
I'll pull that right up there next to you.
I just gotta play football. Really.
That's right. Well, and so you're a sophomore. You got any brothers or sisters?
I got 2 older sisters.
2 older sisters. Who are they? Give them a shout out.
Mackenzie and Trenton.
And give them a shout out. And so tell us, what are some things, if you're not playing football, what are some things that Trenton does that is enjoyable? What do you like to do?
Well, usually me and my dad, we just chill out watching football games.
So does Dad ever, I know Dad, so does Dad ever, y'all watching football games, he's like, look here, son. Like, watch what this guy's doing or watch what that guy's. He ever do that with you? Does he? So that's always a good thing. So middle linebacker, you're kind of like, you guys are kind of like the shortstops or the point guards, is you're in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Right? So you're in the middle of everything. I have to assume that is something that you really like.
Yeah.
You like to be involved in everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely involved on defense. He makes almost every tackle.
Oh, he does.
When the ball gets right in between the tackles, how many times have we said that, tackled by Trenton Ison?
And the funny thing, and I say this, you probably heard me say this, you remind me of like a little spark plug. Like you're just in there looking, and then all of a sudden you find a spot and you explode, boom, and you just take off, and you will absolutely, if people know you're not the biggest, but you will absolutely hit somebody before they know what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, so you have to, I would assume you like the contact. You like bringing the wood to somebody.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Got to.
So do you have to make any reads as the middle linebackers? Do you and JT ever have to do anything? I know Coach Hester is the defensive coordinator, but is there any times you are having to check off on things as he's got you looking for certain reads?
Yeah. A lot of times our main read is the running back, so we kind of mirror him to make sure we're tracking the ball, good angles. Coach Hester's always on us about our angles.
and I see him, he coaches you guys every play. So when you grew up, at what point did you start thinking, you know what, I really think football is going to be something I'm going to love?
I'd say probably about my 6th grade year is when I started taking it more serious and kind of was like, yeah, this is going to be what I stick with.
It's going to be what you stick with.
Yeah.
Well, that's a cool thing. Coach is absolutely all over the football stuff, so we sure appreciate that. Well, man, thank you guys so much for jumping in. We're going to get back to this volleyball game. Thanks again. Good luck Friday night, and we will see you guys down at Stearns.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Thanks, man. 12-5 is your score. Garrett County with a timeout here. Coach, give us a quick little recap here of this second set as Garrett Boyle are knotted up in a good one.
Yeah, I tell you, Boyle County's kind of come out in this second set, and I think scored the first 3 or 4 points here, and kind of has a nice lead here in the second set. And this match gets decided by the best of 5. So I'm not going to say this is a must-win set for Garrett County, but Garrett County definitely does not want to go down 2-0 here. So I think it was a great timeout by Coach Samantha Torres to kind of reestablish some focus, maybe insert some urgency to kind of come back out and try to get some points going in the right direction for the Lady Lions.
Kendra Christopher set to serve for the Lady Rebels as they lead 12-5. As that is going to be attempted to dig, as that one flew out just a little bit wide.
And I tell you, I've been so impressed with Christopher from Boyle County, Cameron Thompson from Boyle County. Man, they've got some girls that can really attack the ball on spikes, and they're really aggressive on the offensive end.
Another serve is going to be dug by Aislinn Ellis as it just gets up into the net. As that's another point for Boyle County. 14-5 is your score. Head coach Eric Canoyer for the Lady Rebels, as Eric is a longtime volleyball guy, as he coached many years on travel in club. I think they call it club.
And what we found out during the preseason interview, Coach Torres coaches high school, middle school, assistant at the middle school, and even does these clubs. Club coaching. So, just like you mentioned, these volleyball coaches, man, they love the game.
That's right.
And they coach almost year-round.
Constantly. And, and that's kind of what makes them good, because they get the opportunity to start at a young level and to really work hard, as that's going to be a swing and a hit there by Boyle County. That is Chantel Osloff. She is a 5'9" junior. Looking down the roster here for Boyle County, I don't see any seniors, Coach, as they're all sophomores and juniors, and just 1 or 2 freshmen that are in there. Served Garrett County going to be dug by Skylar Mullins. Hit by Maddie Hardwick. Nice job digging that there by Christopher. Good job there by Haley Fry. She digs one out for Garrett County, continuing the volley as it's going to be hit and killed by Haven Maddox. 5'6" sophomore is going to give them a lead 16-6.
Yeah, I tell you, Boyle County's got a lot of momentum going right now, Scott.
Boyle County is, like you said, I think Coach Preston talked about it earlier, lots of momentum swings as that point here is, again, for Garrett County, for Boyle County, as Garrett County take another timeout. But we talked about a lot of momentum swings. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back. 17-6 is your score. This is Lady Lions Volleyball on Golden Lions Sports Network.
I'm a homeowner. I didn't know anything about the loan process, so that's why we decided to go with First Southern.
Process with First Southern was exactly how I pictured it.
They were just very welcoming and made me feel like I had known them forever the minute that I walked through the door.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, no one sells it better.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Farmers National Bank believes investing in education is the best way to build a stronger community. Good luck to all the Garrett County students in the classroom and on the playing fields. Go Lions!
And welcome back, folks. There's another point for Boyle County, as a really nice job there serving by Emma Young, the 5'6" junior. Speaking of Emma's, I got my young Emma over here, and Emma Boland, as she's hanging out with us tonight.
Wave, Emma.
As she's seeing, hold on, wait till she gets on there. There she is.
Right,
wave at Emma. There you go.
Say my dad is the best.
Yeah, that's right. She won't mean it, I know. As Emma has been hanging out with us. We went to the middle school game, and then we're here at the volleyball game tonight. Great block that time by Maddie Hardwick and Madeline Combs, a 5'3" freshman. I can't tell exactly which one got it, but they
good
did
effort.
Really good effort.
And man, Garrard needed
lines.
a point. Garrard needed some points going in their direction.
And again, it's all about momentum.
That's
now
right.
we need to rattle off 4 or 5 as homecoming queen Islyn Ellis set to put the ball in play. As Bull County, really great job there by Chloe Middleton digging it as she's the libero tonight, as it's going to be a dink by 22, Addison Fowler, the 5'9", the lone senior on the roster for Bull County, as she was able to find a hole, and it's not always about power, Coach.
Oh, that's right. That's right. A lot of times it's kind of hitting it to where the defense is not at.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's not always about power, as that one is going to be trying to dug out there, and great job by Maddie Hardwick as she goes up and is able to finish one off there for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, she definitely put a lot of pressure on the Bull County defender there, trying to go up and kind of knock it back over the net for the Rebels. So good point for Garrett County. Garrett needs about 5 or 6 straight points here to get back in this match.
You know, you have to attack it, and that's what Coach is telling you. You have to make sure that you get out there and attack it. Skylar Mullins is going to flat foot spike one there, as another dink that time by Logan Kirkland. Skylar Mullins this time is going to pound one.
And I've been really impressed watching Skylar Mullins tonight,
man,
Scott.
absolutely. There's Christopher with Ellis was digging. And that's going to be a two-handed, do you call it a violation? What do you call it? It's just what they're saying.
It's kind of like a carry. It's like a double hit.
Yeah, so it's a foul in basketball, a violation in something else. But all right, anyway.
Our friend Paul Dean has checked in.
Paul Dean.
Yeah.
He says, let's go GC. He's a really big Garrett County fan. I mean, he really does. He really wants us to beat Bull County because that just kind of is in his DNA. Is that. And just as Paul chimes in about his Garrett County love, Presley Applegate is able to put a point on the board, as I'm sure Paul was up jumping up and down seeing that one. But Gettler is set back. Emily Gettler is set to serve for the Garrett County Lady Lions. 20-9 is your score. As Garrett County wanting a little momentum as Christopher kills one. Chloe Middleton again with a dig. Middleton really does a nice job digging that one in there. It's going to be dinked.
My
Great
goodness,
job by
effort.
Gettler getting on the ground, and that's going to be a double hit. I got it. I was right on top of that one. That's a double hit. As that is going to go back to Garrett County. It's 20-10. Talked about momentum, Coach. Looks like old lady momentum is swinging back in our direction.
Yeah, that was a big play by Gettler there, getting that point.
Another point to Garrett County as that set flies a little wide from Thompson, as she's an outside hitter for Bull County. 20-11 is your score. Gettler continues to serve for the Lady Lions. As it's an ace.
Hold on, watch
ace.
this.
There he goes. It looks like a big gator chomp. They got to take their right hand to go around. I know that, but that's what it looked like. But whatever it is, a line bite. I tell you, old Paul Dean's jumping up and down here at Garrett County with a little momentum. He's saying, let's go GC, as Chloe Middleton digs another one out. And she's going to fire one over to Skylar Mullins, as it gets away from her there just at the end. 21-12. I will say this, Bull County and Garrett County really playing with a lot of passion, a lot of intensity. I really like it.
Yeah, we kind of started the broadcast about 45 minutes late because the freshmen and JV games both went into the best of 3, went into the third set, and even those teams were playing with so much passion, so much energy. But at the end of the day, this is what you get when you have district competition. These girls know each other. These girls have played each other. I think this is the third time throughout the year. We talked about this in our preview show. Garrett County, knocked off Bull County in the first round of the district last year. So, Garrett remembers that. So, Garrett wants to, kind of expand on that and continue to beat Bull County. Bull County knows that. They want kind of payback. That Garrett County ended their season last year. So, all that kind of comes together, and it definitely results in a lot of energy and passion.
22-13 is your score. Skylar Mullins is serving for the Lady Lions as Lexi Lewis puts a two-hander back over.
Got to give our man Brandon McGlone a shout-out.
Absolutely.
Man, Brandon does such a great job with the Garrard Central record, kind of covering all of our athletes, giving them all a platform to kind of showcase the talent and the skill. Really appreciate everything that Brandon does. I'm hearing Brandon's got a pretty nice chauffeur.
He does. He really does.
Well,
I told him, I mean, of course, I feel like normally we don't really take 15-year-olds with us. I said, but after he shaved his face, he looks like he dropped about 12 years.
I think I'll try that. I don't think it'll help.
I don't think it works like that.
I did notice, where I am kind of in front of the camera tonight, a little bit closer than normal. I kind of see a bald spot up there, Coach. I think it's just a camera angle.
That's a camera angle, 100%. Jeff's got something on his camera. 23-14 is your score. Boyle County serving Island Ellis, able to set to Gettler as Lexi Lewis puts a little heat behind the volleyball, dug by Boyle County. Chloe Middleton, Gettler, Lewis. Good volley here by both teams and goes into the net as Garrett County scores again, 23-15.
So to be fair, Paul Dean does love the Golden Lines too.
So does that mean he loves the Rebels too?
He does.
Oh, okay.
He
well,
loves
I didn't know
the Rebels
that.
and the Golden Lines.
I really didn't
he
know
said it's possible to love both of them. Yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, man, I love my man Paul Dean.
Oh, yeah. We like to give him a hard time.
So,
He's one of our former employees here. He's our finance director for a while. Great block that time by Hardwick. As a dink to Gettler.
Christopher goes after that like she's mad.
She really does. And I'll tell you, that's going to be a fly out wide. This will be set point. So talking about Christopher, her dad was the former head Lady Rebels basketball coach back when I started coaching.
Yeah, really good guy.
Great dude. Absolutely great dude. Now he's the fishing coach for Boyle County.
That's a pretty good job.
That's a great job if you can swim. It's going to be set again to Boyle County, trying to put this one away. Gettler, Lewis, nice job there. Good dig again by Mitchell.
Good job by Gettler.
Gettler is really all over the place. She's got a really high volleyball IQ, as you can just watch her play. Skylar Mullins with the dig, Gettler with the set. Hardwick is going to be blocked by Chantel Ostler, as that will be second set to Boyle County, 25-15. And with that, we'll take another break. We'll be back for the third set of tonight's 45th District battle between the Garrett County Lady Lions and the Lady Rebels of Boyle.
Sutton Pharmacy, dedicated to providing the very best for you. Go Lions!
Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us.
Whitaker Bank has always been more than just a bank. We're a locally owned, community-driven institution made up of your friends and neighbors. And of course, Golden Lion fans just like you. Garrett County and Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Member FDIC.
Hey, I'm Maria Montgomery, and you're watching Main Street Media TV.
And welcome back, folks. Garrett County Middle School, where tonight's big-time 45th District matchup between the Boyle County Lady Rebels and the Garrett County Lady Lions, as Garrett County has dropped the first two sets. So this set being critical.
Now, I wasn't a math teacher, but if you want to win a best of five, you got to. After you lose two, you got to start winning.
You got to start winning.
Right?
You got to start winning. So kind of put them in a spot to we got them right where we want them.
That's right.
Right where we want them. So as a former coach, you and I both, it's one of those things where it does talk about momentum. But what are some things that Coach Torres is talking to the Lady Lions about?
Well, at the end of the day, you can't win three sets and only one set.
Right.
So, you got to approach the third set by just saying, hey, let's not worry about set 4. Let's not worry about set 5. But let's just focus on the third set here.
Right.
The second set kind of got away from the Lady Lions. The first set was competitive. In fact, I think Garrett probably led the majority of the first set.
Right.
So if you're Coach Torres, you're just kind of calming the nerves, kind of reassuring them. Let's stay with their game plan. Let's be confident. Let's win the third set, and then we'll worry about the next two.
100%. Sliding in next to us today, Coach Gresham is one of our good friends, one of our phenomenal co-workers, and a huge Garrett County Golden Lions fan. She does have a little bit of a vested interest first in Boyle County.
And that's fair.
That's fair.
Very fair.
As her daughter plays Miss Emma Young, right?
Yes,
This is Miss Holly Young. Miss Holly is the director of elementary education here at Garrett County.
Director of Teaching and Learning for the elementary schools.
Well, I knew there was a name that was technical. I've missed that in all of our meetings that we've set in. But whatever it may be, we're excited that Holly's with us. As Holly came from Boyle County, she was assistant middle school principal there for a while, and then whatever else. So, Miss Holly, tell us a little bit about your journey to come to Garrett County and some of these folks that may recognize you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm thrilled to be a Garrett County Lion.
Absolutely.
Love being here.
Absolutely. So does Paul Dean. So we've been talking about it with Paul Dean.
You know Paul Dean, don't you?
I do not.
He's a power Boyle County fan, but we've been talking about it. He loves Garrett County.
He does.
Yeah,
he's put it in his comments.
He's put it in his comments.
And he only tells the
Love
truth.
the Golden Lions.
And he only tells the truth.
He only tells the truth. So
I think you can love both the Rebels and the Lions.
That's what he said. So go ahead. I apologize.
It's all good for kids, right?
That's
We're here
right.
for the
All
kids.
about kids.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. I apologize. I cut you off.
Okay. So I did come from Boyle County, most recently from the middle school as assistant principal. Before that was in Mercer County and Anderson County as curriculum and instruction at the district level. So glad to be here. Love working with all of our students and teachers and administrators. It's a great place to work.
So Holly, kind of talk to us about our family.
Yeah.
Kind of introduce your family to our broadcast listeners.
Okay, so I have 16-year-old triplets.
Yes. Mercy.
Jeff, did you hear that?
Triplets. He can't even hear us.
Yeah. So that they are juniors, and so we are talking about college and what to do after school.
And vehicles.
Vehicles, yes, we have vehicles. We're broke.
Oh, is this so Emma Young is set to serve for the Lady Rebels with Dad anxiously watching behind with his arms crossed, acting like he's not nervous.
Dad is doing huddle.
Is he doing huddle? Is that what he's doing?
He is the huddle man for most of the Rebels games.
There you go.
I think he's one of the few that knows how to do it. So.
It is very complex. Actually, it really is. Skylar Mullins is going to bump one over top to Mitchell. Set there by Young, as Gettler's going to be able to get her hands on it to Fry. Skylar Mullins again with another little dink. A good volley here.
Good volley.
A good volley here. 1-1 is your score in this big-time third match as Maddie Hardwick's able to find a hole. Now, Holly, we could sit and talk all day about education, but let's talk about volleyball. Of all of us, you've forgotten more about volleyball than we know. So you're going to have to tell us.
Is that saying a lot?
I don't know. I don't know if that's a compliment or whatever. But talk a little bit about volleyball and specifically your daughter. What got her into playing volleyball at a young age?
Yeah, well, so she was a basketball and softball player at rec league and elementary travel. And I wanted her to be a dancer because I was a dancer, and she wanted no part of it. She did it for a year.
Yeah.
And then 6th grade, they were going to have a volleyball team, and she thought, I'll try it. Don't really know much about it, but I'll give it a try, and she has loved it.
Good for her. So she went in just kind of cold turkey and never really played before.
Yeah, no. I think they had played in PE a couple times, and she thought it was fun.
Well, good for her.
So she's been with Coach Canoyer since 7th grade. And so he worked with them in middle school and moved up to high school with them.
So Coach Gresham was talking about that earlier. You see a lot with volleyball, as we have our folks with Samantha Torres coaches all the way through in clubs. You see that a lot. I know Coach Canoyer is constantly coaching volleyball.
Right, he is. He is, but now he also coaches his daughters in softball and soccer.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know
a great
how
dude.
he does it.
I really.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy man without a doubt. You also have in your household one of your sons is a phenomenal broadcaster.
Hey, I took notes and learned.
Well, you should.
I took notes
because I have too. Is in the BSN? Is that what they call it?
Yes, BCSN.
BCSN.
Boyle County Sports Network.
Now he does a lot of the play-by-play for different things. Football, volleyball, soccer. We saw some the other day. And so what was his start? Did he just watch Coach Gresham and I was like, you know what? If those guys can do it, anybody can do it.
It kind of said the Golden Line Sports Network.
That's right.
What was it? The Boyle County
Sports Network. That's right.
So did we trademark that? Jeff?
I don't know. We should have. So Mason, right?
Mason, yes. So Mason got into it. It's a class. And he is, ever since he was little, he is a walking statistician. Anything with sports. When he was little, he would ask for stats books.
That's awesome.
And
I love it.
He watches sports. He could tell you something from the 70s, from the 60s. And so this class, he thought it sounded like a great opportunity, and he has taken it. And I think he does a great job.
He does.
I might be a little biased.
No, you're right. So you have sent Coach Gresham and I a couple of links, and we've watched, and he really does a very nice job. He's very professional. He does an excellent job with calling the games. And if I don't get a chance to tell him tonight, make sure you tell him that we're very complimentary of what he does.
Oh, thank you. I think he does a great job too.
Absolutely does a great job. Garrett County's trailing 6-3 as going to have a whistle.
That's
it's
a double hit.
So this Christopher girl, that's David's daughter.
It is.
It's David's daughter. She can flat out kill it.
She can jump.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and she's a sophomore.
She can flat out. She can flat out kill it. As that's going to be an ace by Skylar Mullins. As she put a little, talking about killing it, she put a little heat behind that one.
I've been really impressed with Mullins here tonight, Scott. I mean, she's a real nice player. Does a lot of good things for the Lady Line volleyball team.
Here's what I'll tell you. If Mullins or Christopher is up, jumping, and is spiking one, I'm to have nothing. I don't want to have any part of it.
I'm out of it.
Get me out of there.
I'm going to act like my ankle.
That's exactly right. I'm going to fake an injury because I will be, whatever is on that ball will be on my forehead when they get done. 6-6 is your score. Here's Christopher as it's going to be hit just when Skylar Mullins was trying to set that one. Kind of got in an awkward position there, wasn't able to get it set.
So Holly kind of talked to about long-time educator coming to Garrett County, and out of that, we're blessed to kind of have you join our team here. Kind of talk to us about some of your first impressions and kind of what you see with the Garrett County school system.
Well, first of all, the students are incredible. Love from day one, walking in. Kids look at my badge. Who are you? What are you doing here? Love being back in the elementary school. Been in the middle school world for a while, and they love my hair, my necklace, and they hug and want to show me every work that they're doing. So first, the kids are just incredible.
And that's exactly right. I was a long-time high school teacher, administrator, and going to the elementary world, it's just like stepping into a different time zone.
It is.
I absolutely love that with all those kids because down in high school, they don't really want to talk to you. And elementary, they want to show you everything.
Right. Well, I did recognize some Garrard County boys who
that's good.
came to the Lincoln Boyle game.
Oh, really?
And they were cheering for Lincoln. So I looked at them and said, "Don't y'all go to Garrett?" They were like, "Yeah." Like, then what are you doing?
So
share the
Holly,
love.
Now, me and Scott took a vow before this game. Now we're not going to say. Well, I mean, we're not allowed to say what the vow was.
We can't.
But we're just going to say no comment.
That's
to that
no comment.
Right here, okay?
But here's what I will tell you. Without breaking that. And I don't know the boys. I don't know the boys or anything. But I would guarantee you there was a young lady involved at some point. As they're probably over there with a girlfriend or trying to find one.
Smart guy.
I do believe you're right because I just asked.
Yeah, I bet. So
what are y'all doing?
That's there's a whole lot of allegiance when you're in high school to your team, but when it comes to a relationship.
And honestly,
trying to get one.
What does Jeff Jacobs' best friend Ron Lemon always say?
Always.
About college recruiting.
That's exactly
find
right.
where the girlfriend's going to college.
And there's a lot to be said for that. A whole lot to be said for that. As Garrett County came back and not quite tied at 9-8 is your score. As Logan Kirkland is set to serve for the Lady Rebels.
She is one of two seniors.
One of two seniors. We were just talking about the youth on this team earlier as Garrett County is Lexi Lewis knocks it over. Here comes
Great job by Middleton.
Yes.
Middleton does a really nice job as the libero, and that one is going to be off of Boyle County Rebel and ties this one up at 9-9. As I have to admit, so you've watched a lot of this. I referee some basketball a little bit, not very well. Does anybody ever yell at the referees?
They do.
Do they?
They do.
Really? They
yell
what?
more at the line judges than they do the officials.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just like a real
hard.
bang bang.
It is, and I always feel bad for the teenagers who are line judging during freshman and
they got
JV
the hardest
games.
job.
Yeah,
it's
no
awful.
kidding. So, like, the guy here on the ground is Jeremy Boyle, which has officiated, a state tournament.
Really good friend of mine.
What do you
Great guy.
What do you do? I mean, what do they yell at him for? Like, I mean, because it's pretty cut and dry.
Well,
right?
you would think that most of the time. But, I will tell you this. From being in the audience, we were at a tournament, and our angle we were sitting in, it looked like this ball was out. And so the fans are yelling, mad at the line judge, mad at the officials. David was doing huddle, so he was right behind, and he looked at us shaking his head, and he was like, no, it was in. So I think it's all about the angle you're
Right, sure. Timeout, Garrett County, 12-9 is your score. But, what I really enjoy is Boyle County's up 2-0 as they've taken the first two sets, is just the competition as the freshman game went into 3 sets. The JV game goes into 3 sets, that everybody, we're talking about our fans, into the games. This is what it's about.
It is, and I love to see the student turnout.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett always comes out.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I mean, the student turnout's been pretty impressive.
It has been.
Yeah, now I will tell you this, Scott. One of the things, because, I have spent a lot of nights in the gym with volleyball, being a high school administrator. Jeremy, what he's doing is responsible for the rotations.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I've seen, that official sometimes not necessarily keep up with the rotations, which causes some angst and frustration from the coaches and the crowd and some things like that.
Right. Or if somebody serves and they're not supposed to.
Yeah. Well, and that's the cool thing is finding that. Jeremy is good friends of Caleb and I both, and I wish there was something you could tell me that I could yell at him. Like, if there was something I could say, like, hey, you do blah, 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 blah.
He did a good job driving the Gainesville.
Okay,
so
he did.
Can't really say anything bad about
I know. I don't want to say anything bad, but I like to yell at him just so he'd turn around, and see something. Mary Adrian Davis, one of our phenomenal board members, is tuned in, says, let's go GC, as she has spent many, many nights at athletic events, as her husband, Norman Davis, was a long-time legend football coach. Her sons were in athletics. Christopher, her youngest son, went on to play at Union College. So she's been around athletics forever with Garrett County. So tell me this. So Chloe Middleton there goes up and talks to the guy standing. What's she saying? Were they questioning a call or something?
So Chloe must be the captain. The captain is allowed to go talk to the official. And so I didn't get to see what happened. There was a call there that was a little controversial, but they did not overturn it.
So can they overturn it? Like,
they can.
So have you ever seen that?
I have.
I've seen them overturn it.
So so are you going to go up there and they say something, the referee's like, you know what, you're right. I'm going to change. I mean, what are they talking about?
I don't know.
I really missed that one.
But they try.
They try. Well, I don't blame them for trying. I mean, you give them that.
It never works for me at home.
It would never work for me.
Not at all whatsoever.
That's right. My wife would say, well, the sky's blue. I was like, no, it's not. It's black, or you don't know what you're talking about.
I just say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. That's why,
that is good,
you're a
I've learned.
happy wife, happy life. 14-10 is your score as homecoming queen Island Ellis sets to serve for the Lady Lions, as that one is going to be off of Mullins, and it'll be a point to to Boyle County. 15-10 is your score. And so, Holly, how many nights a week are you guys out watching volleyball?
Ranges from 2 to 5.
Oh, man.
A lot of weekends.
A lot of weekend tournaments, right?
Yes,
they have a lot of different tournaments that last all day.
They do.
How many? That is going to be a block that time by Boyle County, as Addison Fowler, the other senior, is able to get her hands on it.
So, Garrett County is going to have to step up here before this league gets too big here, Scott.
So we talked about momentum. Coach Preston was on earlier talking about momentum. You see momentum so much in athletics, but especially what we've seen it here tonight, as Boyle County is on a good run here, as Ellis is going to set to number 26, Haley Fry. Boyle County's able to dig it out. Here comes again Fry along to Skylar Mullins. Nice dig that time, Boyle County.
I mean, how many times have we seen both teams just dive on the floor and go after the ball?
Oh, man.
Yes, they are both teams impressive.
That one is hit hard as Middleton's able to take it off of Fry. As Mullins bumps it across, as Boyle County set to try to kill one. Ellis able to bump it back across again, as that's Thompson. Just looks like they're trying to get somebody set to kill one. But, I mean, both of these teams are so good at digging the volleyball. As there's one that swung on hard. Lots of dink in there. That'd be my and a swing and a miss by Boyle County's Cameron Thompson tried to.
Would you be a spiker or a dinker?
I would be proficient at dinking. I am a professional dinker.
Holly, what about you?
I would be doing huddle.
There's an
I'm not going to dive on the ground.
When I play golf, as Holly's dad is an unbelievably great golfer, phenomenal dude, great golfer. We both play very similar. We dink it around. So we hit it from place A, place B. So you would be more of a killer. Right, Caleb?
I would try to spike it every time and probably knock it in the net 75% of the time.
Garrett County has turned the momentum
Here
around.
we go. Let's go, GC.
This team does not give up.
16-13. I know you talked about you were there the night Garrett County beat them earlier this year and said that they both played really, really hard. And just one of those nights as lefty Chloe Middleton set to serve for Garrett County as there's another dink. And you know, it's very similar when you want to try and kill one, but if you can find that opening, if you can find that opportunity, that's just as effective as hitting it very hard.
It is, but how fast? You have to know exactly where those holes are going to be and where you need to hit.
Maya Smith set to serve for the Lady Rebels, as it's going to be a set to Fry. Skylar Mullins to Thompson. Another set. Middleton to Fry. Nice job there by Presley Applegate as got hung up in the net. Good block that time, and we're going to say it's in the net by Getler. As that'll be a point to Boyle County, 18-13.
And now Boyle County's kind of answered Garrett County's run. You know, Garrett County went on a run to kind of close the gap. Now Boyle's extended the lead back, you know, with 2 or 3 straight points themselves.
Smith with another serve. Fry, Getler. As Middleton set to get it to Fry, to Skylar Mullins, and just couldn't get that one over.
I'll say those balls, when they go close to the net.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout on the floor, Garrett County, as they trail 19-13. And so when you first started watching volleyball, Holly, I mean, how long did it take you to kind of get to where you are obviously now, where you kind of understand and see and everything's going? Had to be an adjustment at first.
It did. And I learned a lot as I started to learn how to keep score.
Sure,
because I had to know what things were and
no
how to
doubt.
watch, but I still would not say I'm proficient in it.
Well,
and learning the rules about subbing.
Sure. Well, we're comparing you to us, so you're very much proficient.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
she's distinguished.
Yeah, you would be distinguished against us. You don't have a whole lot to kind of rate yourself against today, saying that. But 19-13 is your score. Boyle County continues to serve as Garrett County had a lot of momentum there. Boyle County has answered the call, as Coach Gresham talked about earlier. As Maya Smith, 5'3" sophomore, continues to serve.
And it's kind of now or never for Garrett County.
It is, no doubt.
In this match here. So Garrett County has to come out of this timeout and has to go on a run to close this lead to kind of win this third set to expand the game.
Maya Smith to Ellis. Fry. Getler with a hard hit. It's going to be in.
Yeah.
What a great hit that time.
One of the
by
things
Getler.
I've learned about volleyball is that you could think it's a spread of 6 and it can close quickly.
Yes.
It doesn't take any time.
You're right. You're right. Over everything that you've seen, who have you seen and whatever team hits it the hardest? Have you seen anybody that just absolutely kills it?
There is, yes. One girl from Mercer County,
Uh-huh.
a Piazza, phenomenal player. And then another from Somerset Christian.
So I heard about the one from Somerset Christian. We talked a little bit about
Division I talent is what I was
She
told.
looks like it.
Yeah.
That's what all of our girls were saying. They heard she was the #1 hitter. I haven't seen that in here, but she is pretty incredible.
Well, it's an ace by Boyle County, as that is 15 Cameron Thompson. 21-14, and like you talked about, Coach, it's kind of now or never. As Garrett County needs to get that momentum back on their side. As Thompson set. Middleton. Getler. Back to Middleton's going to bump it across for the Lady Lions. Set this time to Christopher. As great set that time by Ellis, and just falls to the floor. As Garrett County now trails 22-14. Thompson does a really nice job of serving for the Lady Rebels, as she hits it hard enough as she makes you pay attention. As there's a set to Skylar Mullins with a hit off of Thompson's hands. Back to Garrett County just when we needed it. 22-15.
Garrett's got to go on a run here, Scott, to extend this game here.
Listen, they always pull it out.
Well,
they come. Every match has been. This is the third time.
What? No, I don't know volleyball like I know football. Everybody knows I know football like to a T. So I don't want to put that out there. You know, I wouldn't want to curse our young ladies. That's it.
There we go.
I just called that point.
Got it.
As that was Presley Applegate, I believe. I didn't quite see. I think that was Presley Applegate that was able to knock that one in. 22-16 is your score now. As we like watching our monitor because we can see the replay, but it's 30 seconds or so behind, which makes it a little tougher. As Bull County across to Garrett County, Gettler to Lewis. As the set that time by Fowler. Good dig by Ellis. Christopher with a hit. Nice job by Middleton as just gets over the net. As Thompson able to bump it across for the Rebels. Gettler to Applegate. Good volley here by both teams. 22-16 is your score. Garrett County looking to continue with the positive momentum as Christopher
We've seen some long volleys, Scott.
Really have. They've done a nice job as Christopher going to try again from the left side. Nice job by Middleton. Save to Lewis. Lewis trying to catch him off guard and into the net. As Garrett County with another point, 22-17. Skylar Mullins set to serve for Garrett County as Mike Grimes checking in saying, let's go GC.
Here we
there's
go.
Another momentum shifter.
Garrett County kind of closing that lead here, Scott.
And you talked about it. Momentum is such a prevalent part of this sport, any sport really, but we've seen it really here tonight as Christopher trying to get the momentum back for Boyle County. Good dig by Middleton. This time a little dink. Nice job that time by Addison Fowler.
She kind of felt where Garrett wasn't and kind of dinked the ball and kind of put it kind of right in that open spot.
Kind of a little bit of volleyball IQ, right? So you're kind of feeling about where everybody's
kind
at.
of like us.
Just like us. Yeah. Well, more football IQ for me. You're a little more volleyball.
Well, and one thing I've learned with the setters, Emma talks a lot about each hitter likes it a different spot.
Sure, yeah,
so
no doubt.
You notice with Addie there, she set low. So Addie could hit it over the net lightly. Some like it really high.
And, when Kentucky won the national championship in volleyball,
that's what I was going to
say. It was all about the setter.
Right.
Yeah, and I forgot her name, but she was great.
Madison
Lily.
Yeah.
Madison Lily.
Yep.
That's why we're such a good team, right? We just know volleyball liberos. Yeah. That's just what we do. Oh, it's going to be 2 hits, I think, that time.
Game point here for Boyle County.
Game set, game point here for Boyle County. 24-19 is your score. As Boyle County will be serving for the game.
So last year, I think Boyle beat Garrard during both regular season games.
Oh,
then
yeah.
tournament
That's
play,
right.
district play, Garrard came back and
That's
won.
right. That's exactly
Big game to
right.
win.
Point here could decide it for the Rebels. As set to Christopher, going to go as a block, and that is the ball game. 25-19. Thank you to Miss Holly Young, as we are so appreciative that you're working with us here in Garrett
Great
County.
to be here.
And thank you for joining us in. We'll keep it right here for our quick post-game show as Boyle County Rebels have knocked off the Garrett County Lady Lions in 3 sets tonight here in this 45th district battle, as that one is 25-19, as we have one of our awesome umpires, officials up here tonight, as Jeremy Boyle, we talked about him a little earlier, as he goes state tournament for our association. We sure appreciate him and all that they do for us.
Yeah, I tell you what, Scott, really enjoyed bringing this broadcast, to our viewers here tonight, really kind of highlighting and showcasing the talent of the volleyball girls. Without a doubt, we definitely want to kind of thank our sponsors here tonight. Thank you. Thank the Hunt Insurance and Holly Peak Exit Realty and First Southern, Central Kentucky Federal Savings, First Southern National Bank, Whitaker Bank, DOE, Sutton Pharmacy, Bob Allen, Toyota Somerset. Thank you so much for all of our sponsors here tonight. Irvin Group, the kind of bringing this broadcast here tonight. And I tell you what, it was a fun night. The freshman and JV games ran long.
They did.
And unfortunately, the varsity game didn't run long enough.
That's right.
But we definitely kind of wanted to kind of bring this into tonight here.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. And I will say this, man, it was a lot of excitement out here tonight. Man, this is one of those things. This is an event you really need to come in person.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of high action. And you guys did a pretty good job pulling that off.
Volleyball.
I heard some volleyball terms you're throwing around.
That's what we got.
Dinks and digs and spikes and sets.
We sure appreciate that as we got Jeremy Boyle